Ja, wir melden uns nach einer weiteren Bye-Week wieder zurück mit unserer neuen Folge von Giants Talk. Heute mit Coach Rhoades und unserem neuen Spieler Valentin Roesch. Yeah, and as my first guest, I have Valentin Roesch.
Yeah.
Yeah, new player for the Graz Giants. Comes from Tonon. So last year we were still playing against each other.
Yeah.
This year you're with us. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so first week in Graz. What is your first impression?
Really professional organization. Everybody give me a warm welcome, so yeah, it feels great.
Great. So last year you're playing the Graz Giants. Did you know anything about Graz before you played us actually, or was it the first time you heard about us?
Actually, I didn't. Last year was the first time I ever heard of Graz, which is the second biggest city in Austria. But yeah, I'm glad to be here and learn about the
Yeah.
city and the country.
Yeah, it's not the first time outside of France. So you've been already in Italy, you've been in Germany,
Switzerland also.
Switzerland too, right?
Yeah.
You played for Cody Kent, who was
Yeah.
our offensive coordinator last year.
True.
Who we talked also before signing you a little
Yeah.
bit. I think you talked to him too.
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah.
Saying, okay, who is he? You're asking about, hey, how are the Giants?
Yeah.
And at the end, I'm really happy it worked out for us. So what are your experiences outside?
So I first started playing in France in Division 4. I played for two different teams there for 5 years. Then I moved to Tonnen. We won the championship in 2019. 2020 was the COVID season. We only had 3 games. Then 2021 there was no football in France. So I moved to the Lazio Ducks, which are now the Marines in Italy D1.
I think they're back to the Ducks now. I think they're switching
Really?
back and forth. Yeah.
And then the same year I played with the Coach Cody in Winterthur Warriors, Swiss D1. The year after that, I played GFL2 in Rostock, Germany. Came back to Tonnen Black Panthers 2023, 2024. Both years we won the national championship. And then 2025, here we are.
Yeah. So winning 3 French championships. What makes a championship team? What does it take?
A lot. I would say the mindset and the energy the team has. Hopefully, I get a fourth one this year.
Yeah. So that would be fourth ring. Do you have rings too?
Yeah, I have 3 rings. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna do our best to make it a fourth one for you too.
Let's do it.
So weekend. So we started with a bye weekend, which gave you a little bit time to acclimate to crowds and practice environment. So it was a little bit low intensity last week. So this week we're gonna turn it up a little bit. How did you spend your first weekend in Graz?
Well, first I had to go through the playbook and everything because I came mid-season, and then get used to the life in Graz, visit the city a little bit. Hopefully the sun came back right in time, so it was nice.
Yeah, I saw you went to the Zeughaus.
The armory.
Yeah, the armory museum.
Syrian armory.
Yeah, and you
nice.
took Eddie with you.
Yeah, Eddie and Matteo went with me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history here. I mean, I'm used to it because I'm also European, but
yeah,
it's nice.
So why do you like to travel to different countries playing football? What is the main reason for you?
Our first thing is because I love football.
Yeah.
And then playing in different countries, you have to go through cultural difference. I mean, living in Rome or living in Zurich is not the same. Same here. You learn a lot about humans and the way people live, and you put a lot of things in perspective on the way you live. So yeah, I think it makes you grow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I had the same experience going to Milan, getting used to new people,
new language.
Yeah. Do you speak a little bit Italian?
A little bit. I can understand, but I can't really talk.
How's it German now?
German, genau.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, so we have a couple of 3 months now to teach you maybe a little bit more.
I know how to be polite, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So upcoming game we play the Dragons. You played the Dragons too, also in the CFL.
Yeah.
Great coach team, a lot of good players, experienced players. So they stuck together for a long time.
Yeah.
What is your goals? What do you need to accomplish?
Well, I think we gotta stop this quarterback running around, and of course they had a few impulse also that we have to stop. But I think we have the right defense to start the offense. I think last game was really close game.
Yeah.
It's our only loss. So yeah.
Yeah. So I also expect a really physical game because it's about home advantage in the playoffs. Really important game for both teams. Then bringing actually 3 imports, so 1 import playoff for them already. The European import now this week they're gonna bring 2 American imports, so they're gonna be a little bit better also. But the good thing is this time we're gonna play at home, so you're gonna experience first time home game here in Graz, which is a great experience. Gonna be really loud. Yeah. So thank you for coming. And
thank you for having me.
Wish you a great time in Graz and
thank you.
A really successful time. All right.
Yeah.
So with me now, Coach Rhoades, back here at Giants Talk. So half of the season is already done. We're starting second half of the season here now, playing teams twice. Second time with the Dragons coming up, home game. What is your resume of the first part of the season?
Well, it was interesting. We had a lot of change, a lot of movement. A couple of people coming and going. I had to go back to the United States for a little while. That changed the structure of our offensive staff a little bit. A lot of injuries had to fight through. We went through a rash there where we had somebody went down just about every day. So it was it was kind of an unsettled time a little bit. But I think you have to really look at the character of our players. I mean, they really played hard and played well for the most part, and here we are at the top of the standings, halfway through, and that's a good place to be. And I think considering all the stuff we had to overcome, it was really a pretty successul first half of the season.
Yeah, offensively we're kind of improving every week. If we compare game 1, if we compare game 1 with game 5. I think there was a good development. Is that kind of your experience too with your new offense coming in with a system which is completely new, installed to a team, that it takes 2-3 games to get there? What is kind of the expectations towards the end of the year? Where does the offense want to be? Are we there yet, or?
Well, I don't know that you're ever there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always you're always evolving, you're always changing, hopefully getting better. I think that that it does take a little bit of time. I think every year is a little bit different, though. Sometimes it fits together real quickly, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time. But I think one of the things that that's real important in coaching, whether it's offense, defense, special teams, whatever, is there needs to be a little bit of patience, and you need to. The old saying is constant improvement, not constant change, and that's what we've tried to do. The offense is really flexible, which is good, but it also is one that you have to kind of fit it to your quarterback, and you got to fit your quarterback to it, and the sooner the quarterback can embrace the offense as it is put together structurally, the more it can be adapted to him, and I think Mateo's done a really good job of trying to do that, and we've had every game's been a little bit different, but I do think that we have improved a little bit each game, and want to continue to do that.
Yeah, we talked at the beginning of the season about stretching the field vertically, which is going to be really important for the success of our offense. And I think finally last week we saw that coming to daylight, completing passes to Reisner, Capillari on those vertical passes. So I think that makes that offense really, really dangerous, and also other people seeing that already. I think there's an Out of Bounds podcast where we're talking about our vertical game, and if other people see that, I think that's a great accomplishment already.
Yeah, well, defenses want to try to put you in a box, and good defenses can be pretty good at doing that. The other side of the coin is that we have to make defenses do just what you said: play every square inch of the field, defend the entire depth and width of it. And if you can do that, it sure makes life a lot easier on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah. How did you use your bye week? So we also had another bye week last week.
Well, not nearly
except of game planning for the Dragons.
I worked about 16 hours a day. No, not nearly as exciting as other members of our staff did. We kind of rediscovered Graz.
Yeah.
I'd been here a long time, so we went back to some old places that would probably be very boring to most people, but to us it was really nice. And some things have changed a good bit, and some things haven't changed much at all. And you can always find a schnitzel here in town. And I visited the old Charlie Temmel. Got to get got to get my apple zipped ice cream at least once a day. And so, we just kind of knocked around town and went to Eggenberg, went to the tower, and wandered around some streets. And we really liked Graz a lot, and it was fun just to kind of wander around town.
Now bye week over, 2 games in a row now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Did we have that already this year? I'm not sure. There were a lot of bye weeks in between.
Yeah.
I think that maybe we had 2 games already in a row, but tough 2 games now coming up against the Vikings and the Dragons. I think the same teams who are currently fighting for those 2 spots in the home field advantage in the playoffs. What do you expect of the Dragons this week?
I think they'll be real good. I mean, it's a veteran team that's very well coached, a lot of confidence, and they present a lot of challenges. And it's like we've talked about. Where we want to get to. The teams you're going to play aren't 2-8. They're going to be good teams. You don't play at a championship level by playing bad teams and beating them. You play at a championship level by playing really good teams and finding ways to win. So, everybody's trying to get to the playoffs. Everybody's trying to get to the Austrian Bowl. Everybody's trying to win the Austrian Bowl. But the reality of it is that the most important day on our schedule right now is today's practice. And that's the way you got to do it. You got to take it one day at a time. And we're just going to try to get better, try to prepare for them as best we can. I mean, we know they have a really, really good football team.
You have a lot of experience in college football, where usually you play everybody only once in the season, and even then in postseason you don't see anybody a second time. Here in Austria or Europe especially, I think every league you played in or coached in was probably similar, that you saw every team at least twice,
right?
Even 3 times in a season. What is the challenge coming with that?
I started out in Division II coaching, where you have playoffs, and because the league that I coached in was so dominant, we did see people twice a year, and frankly, as crazy as it sounds, at that level. And I think it applies here a little bit too. Losing the first game sometimes was an advantage. Now, if you could beat 52-6, it wasn't much of an advantage. But because you can see some things that maybe you would have done a little bit differently. Maybe there's something that the opponent did that surprised you the first time that you could prepare better for. So sometimes there are some advantages to get from that. I think this is a little bit different. And I'm not sure I can tell you exactly why. It just feels like it's not quite the same as that, because I think teams maybe change a little bit more. They have a little bit more of a repertoire that they can throw at you, and of course, there's also the possibility you could see somebody 3 times.
Yeah, how's that third time?
Yeah,
if you see it, then both teams know each other.
Well, I think you either, whether it's through formation or a backlog of plays or a tweak here or there, you try to always have something in your back pocket they'll give them something a little bit different to think about. That's the good thing. The bad thing is that they can do the same thing. What's the saying? This isn't checkers, it's chess. I mean, that's kind of the way this gets sometimes. And but it still gets down to players playing and blocking and tackling and taking care of the football, things that it has since the first game was ever played. And that's the thing that you've got to feature. And those are the things that you've got to stress. And And of course, the injury factor is important too.
Teams could be changing too then
Yep.
with personnel over the games.
Yep.
We also talked about home field advantage in the playoffs.
Mhm.
But now getting back to that game, playing Dragons at home, what is actually the home field advantage? What changes for teams playing at home or away? What is that big advantage everybody's talking about?
Well, in coach talk, I mean, it's a big advantage to play at home, but we don't care when we play on the road. We'll play anybody, anytime, anywhere, But the reality is, you have to prepare for them a little bit differently. There's always a travel aspect of it. You never know when you go to the visitors' place exactly what you're going to run into, even if it's a place you've been to a lot. I mean, all sports are based on rhythm.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing at the same time, being comfortable with what you're doing. It's only natural that you're going to be more in rhythm at home or at least it's easier to get in rhythm at home than it is on the road. Maybe that's a better way to put it. And of course, here the advantage you have is we have great fans that are very supportive, and I mean, this is a great place to play if you're the home team, and we certainly want to take advantage of that.
And even last 2 games, we're having two home games during pouring rain, and still people filling the stands and cheering and applauding, and I think it was a great experience already, or great atmosphere with that weather. So I hope we're gonna have one non-rain game this year.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I don't know. I don't want to jinx this, but no, I mean, one of the many traditions that the Giants have is that, I mean, our people come out and they're very supportive.
And also seeing all players after the game.
Yeah, there a couple of them have come by. That's been a lot of fun to see those guys. And well, they sure have gotten old though. No.
They got old.
No, not me. No, they they've gone on with their lives, and that's really fun. I mean, they have families now, and it looks like most of them are doing really well, and that's always gratifying to see too.
Yeah, then let's hope that we're gonna have an exciting game again for our fans, and
let's get a W.
Let's get a W. Ja, danke fürs Einschalten wieder bei Giants Talk. Heute mit Coach Rhoades und Valentin Roesch, und bis Samstag bei unserem nächsten Spiel gegen die Dragons. Go Giants!